Rebecca and welcome to my channel. Today I would like to show you how to make this beautiful kinetic card. It's really easy to do. Can be a little bit fiddly when you're doing the mechanism, but it's well worth the effort and the time that it takes you. So let's get started. To make these cards I'm using a card pack that I got free on a magazine I think a few years ago now actually. I'll try and find out which issue it's from and post it down below. I've already made 7 out of the pack, so I've just got 1 left to do. So I just thought I'd show you what you could do with it and a few inspirational ideas. So take it out. Now everything is already die cut in this kit. You don't have to use the bits that they give you. You can use your own bits to decorate. I've got a few bits left over from the other ones that I've made. But you generally... Oops, I'm dropping a piece on the floor. So you get your card base, which is this, and it's already die cut out for inserting the other part into it. Just need to take the little circle out of the middle, because that's where your paper bread's going to go through to do the moving part. You also get these already die cut out sentiments and a centre piece that goes on your flower to cover the workings, and then this piece is for the handle for you to hold on to turn the card, and then they've given you this one such if you want to do it as a border or something like that, and then you've got your protective circle that goes on your card before you put your brad through. So I'll just push everything out. It's really easy to do. If you get any little bits of card just sticking up at the edges, just take a pair of scissors and chop them off. Now with the handle bit, there's a little die cut heart in the middle. You can take that out, you could use that as a decorative piece if you wanted. And then this is the actual part that's going to go on the inside of the card. Take it out. That bit, don't need that no more. And then these little slip pieces, which is where the sort of like the pinwheel workings go through for it to move. If there weren't these little gaps, then you wouldn't be able to do the motion on the card. Right, so to start off with, just take your handle. If you've got one of the glue dot roller pens or something like that, you can use that to pop it on. I've not got one at the moment, so I'm just using a little bit of PVA just all around, and then it goes. Let's try and get this as the best position I can for you to see. Just check that I'm not gone blurred on you. Hang on. Ah, that's better. Right, so just pop it into place and it goes over this. And these little pieces are the ones that are going to tack around the back of your card to stop it from moving out of place. If you get a bit of wet glue on it, just use baby wipe to wipe it off. No harm, no foul. Oh, missed a piece there. So the next part is, I found it easy when I was doing the other ones to leave the card base completely flat until I've finished the workings on it. Because if it's folding out, you've got an extra flap that you've got to work around, and it was getting on my nerves. So after I did the first one, I just did it this way. So take the centrepiece out of that again, and then we're going to turn the base over, and this part is going to stick through from the back to the front. So it's a bit of a fiddly process, but if you do that, oh no, wrong way around, see, maybe I'm doing it wrong, it needs to go there, and you've got the 2 pieces that are stopping it from going any further through the card. So they're a bit like a latch. Now, once you've got that done, you just move this round completely to the right hand side and working them upside down here, so we're trying to remember. Now you've just got to make sure that you get the centres lined up, because that's where you need your brad to go through, which is going to be the workings. But before we do that, we've got to take each of these flaps and tuck them into the corresponding slot underneath. Now take your time with this, because I think on it was either my first or second one I was getting a little bit rough with it and I tore one of it and I was so gutted. Luckily I managed to fix it and the car still worked, but just take your time and it'll be well worth it. Now I don't want to stay, let's see, it's fiddly. But right, so if you lift the flap up next to it, in between the two, it's really hard to describe this without let's try and lift it up. In between them there's one of the slits, and that's basically where you're needing to tuck your flap into. It's really hard to get this in without there we go. Stay. Right, so I've got my centres lined up majority of the way. If you can try and hold the piece that's underneath, it'll make it a little bit easier. It does get easier once you've got more of the flaps tucked in. It's just generally the first few are the most awkward. So if you lift up one of the flap that's next to the one that you wanted to do, and now this little piece, you're going to, I do apologise for this, it is very fiddly. Right. One. And then it tucks into this slit that's under here, so I'll just pull it back and push it in. As you can see now, that's tucked in by that piece, and just repeat that all the way around without trying to lose your handle. If you can manage to do this without losing it, you're a lot better than I am. But you've got to try and get that handle right round to the right hand side of the card. So that one's in. So as you can see now, it's created a star formation. That is just the workings of the card really. So, and then once it's in place, you turn it round like that. I'll not do it too much now because I need to get the workings in place so I don't tear it, but that's pretty much why there's the star shape there, but you won't see that once you've got all your pieces stuck in. So if you turn it over, this is what your back will be like. You just need to keep your handle right over to this side, and then we're going to take the sort of donut shaped piece, and that needs to go onto the back of there first. Now if you use PVA glue, there might be little bits of glue that splurge out the side and then dry onto the workings, which you don't want. If you've got a steady hand, which I haven't, then if you find out if you've got one of the needle tip glue bottles, this is not fine enough for me to do it, the one that I have. Just pop it on there and then be patient and wait for it to dry, but I'm not, so I'm using my double-sided. Because it's a tiny piece, you only need really thin pieces of it. Of course, I've got the widest double-sided tape out. Don't worry about going off things, you can trim around it once you've got the rest of them on. That's one. There we go. So, it looks like a pinwheel on itself now. Trim round. Oh, there we go. So, once you've got that done, take the backing off your tape, or even if you've got a tape pen you can use that. One of the glue dot pens would be really handy for this. Right, so got that piece. And we're just going to put that over the circling mill. That's just to reinforce the mechanism, because when you're moving the card backwards and forwards it can cause friction and then obviously it can tear the card. So I've got that perfectly in the middle. Then your next piece is your paper brad, which is this. If you've got some metal brads you can use those if you want, but I'm just showing you what comes in the pack. Now I found it easiest to just bend these over fully before you try pushing them through. Reason being is because it doesn't go the full way through for the pieces to go completely flat at the other side. So when they come through, you don't, like, see, you don't, because the hole's not big enough for both of the pieces to come completely through, you need to try and get them through evenly if you can possibly can, because if you push them through too far, this piece bends and it gets stuck and then it doesn't work properly. So I'm trying to get it as best as I can. It does curl over the edges a little bit, but then there we go, and then we've got the two pieces that come out like this and you bend those back. Now I'm going to put little bits of double-sided tape on these as well, and then this is where the centre of the flower goes and you'll not see it. I'll just do that. Now remember, they're only tiny little flaps, so you don't want to have glue coming off the edges and going in your workings of your card, because then all your hard work will have been for nothing. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. Peel those off and snip that on. And now that part is done. Beautiful. Worth all the fiddliness of it. I really enjoyed making them once I got it down and how to actually do it. It got rather frustrating the first time round. So turn it over now. If you want to cover the back up of this, you can do. You can get another piece of card and just put tape around the outside so you're not putting any wet glue onto the workings of it. If you do that, then obviously your card will not work, or you could just put an insert in. I'm not backing this right now, but I will do when I decide on who I'm going to be giving it to. I'm just leaving as it is for now. So it's already scored the card that comes in the pack. It's an A5 card. I'm just pressing down. You can either use your scissors, your bone folder, or just something that's hard just to press it down. Now for this one I'm just going to use what comes in the pack, so like the borders that are there. Let's see which one I prefer. I think I quite like the zigzags on this one. I think my little boy's been on my craft table and I've got chocolates. Right, so it's up to you whereabouts you want to put it. If you are putting this on, just like to pop it in the middle, and then you get some of these sentiment circles. I've not used them on all of mine. Usually I tend to like the let the sentiment bit go on afterwards once I know what I'm using it for, either a birthday or a thank you or just because card. So we'll just put, I think I'll put 2 on this one. We'll have a for you and with love. So I think I'll put where shall we put them? I have got some little purple flowers on my so made from foam. I might actually put one of those on. Oh yeah. No, I'm going to use what's in the pack, but I've got this on my desk. So I'll put, I think I'll have the flower there, and for you, and with love. Oh, petal's fallen off. Oh, I found another one. Got that one. Want that? See, this is my process. I just lay it out before I decide to and stick it down. I think that one will actually go better. Right, so now, because this is ribbon, I'll get some tacky glue. I need it a bit stronger than PVA. You can decorate your card as much as you want. I'm just doing a quick one for you because you've listened to me ramble on about trying to get it into the slits and the workings. You don't want to be listening for too much longer. Could use foam pads to stick these on, give a bit more dimension. And that's our card finished. So it really is beautiful. I'll zoom the camera out a little bit now and I'll show you the other ones that I've made. Right, I'm back now. So that's the one that we've just made. And then this is one that I've made some paper roses on. I really like this one. And then thinking of you. So on this one your sentiment's already on the card. I really like that one. It's very 3D. You'd need a box to give this one to one of the box envelopes that you can make. And then this one has got some wooden embellishments and some paper roses that I got out of a kit that I'd got, and some die cuts and some quilled leaves. And then this one I've got a Me Too Bear die cut that I've cut out, and it's embossed. It's not. It's just a bit of a added something. I've used my own sentiment on this. This was a rub-on transfer, and then I've just used some flat back sticky pearls just to add a little bit of something extra. And I've also gone round the edge with some border peel-offs on this one. And the next one, this is a really simple one. I've used the border again, but I've cut out a large sentiment on my die cutting machine and a large butterfly to go with it. And that's that one. And then next to last, we've got another one pretty much the same, but I've just got it the opposite way around with a different butterfly on it. And again, just another simple one, and they're really fun to do. I might add some extra bits on it as I ponder on who I'm going to give them to, but that's pretty much what the lights. I'll bring in the one that we've done. So I hope that's made sense and you've enjoyed that and it inspires you to make your own kinetic cards. Thanks for watching. Bye!